What's going on?
Hallelujah. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome, welcome once again to the morning coffee show.
Yep.
Let us connect, let us connect. Tell a friend to tell another friend that the morning coffee show is on. With yours truly, Prophetess Monique Durant. Yeah, we are excited to be back with you here on the morning coffee. Whatever you watch, make
Watch
sure you
alone.
tag somebody. Make sure you tell somebody that the morning coffee show is on. All
Yeah.
right? We are happy to be in your homes, in your offices, in your living rooms. Yeah, we're excited to be back with you once again. All right, so yes, it's about that time, it's about that hour, it's about that moment. And we want to encourage you right off the bat to feel free to tag somebody. You know, we do it, we don't watch alone. Avril, good to have you. Avril Wills, good to have you, beloved, and your beloved family. Shawnette Hercules, good to have you on the morning coffee show. Welcome. Is it Chris? Lane, good to have you. I hope I pronounced the first name correctly. Please forgive me if I didn't. But welcome. Good to have you. Minister Ann Reynolds, what's happening there, girl? Good to have you.
Yep.
On the morning coffee show, it's Tuesday. I almost said Monday. I almost said Monday. I almost said it's Monday. But
The
come
weeks
on
are
through.
going so fast. Oh my God, the days of the weeks.
Yeah. The days of the weeks, it's going very fast. Lola Benson, good to have you on the morning coffee show. Don't watch alone. Make sure you tag a friend to tell another friend that the morning coffee show is on. All right. Make
Yep.
sure you tell
Tell
somebody.
somebody,
Yeah.
tell somebody.
This morning we have a very important topic where we are going to be following through on. We started yesterday, and yes, I believe that this should stir your interest, and we hope that it be a blessing, benefit you in some way or the other. All
Yep.
right. So whatever you do, make sure you tag a friend, and tell another friend. Instead of putting on the radio, put on the morning coffee show. Instead of putting on the television to watch any other program, put on the morning coffee show. Because we believe that, it's going to be a blessing. So we are happy to spend next couple of minutes, next
With
45
you.
minutes with you in your office, in your living room, in
Yep.
your
Yep.
on
Yep.
your
Yep.
businesses, location, etc. Yeah, we're happy to be back with you. Good
Yep.
to have you. Is it Chappy Candy? Good to have you on the morning coffee show. Why is this thing like this? Showing some setting. But let us connect. Let us connect. Let us connect.
Yep.
This is the morning
Yep.
coffee
Yep.
show. Feel free to tag a friend. And tell another friend that we are on. We are
We on. We
inside. We
inside.
inside on the morning coffee show. And we are getting ready to kickstart part 2 of
Yeah.
what we started yesterday.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm excited about today's topic. I'm excited to dive in. We are excited rather to have
Yeah.
your participation and your participation in terms of your comments and you sharing. All right, good to have you, Rhonda. Welcome to you and your beloved family. Rockel Smart, what's happening? Cuz good to have you on the morning coffee show. Yeah. Hope you're hearing us clearly. Hope you're seeing us clearly. Well, our chief technician said that he's hearing me loud and clear. Even the snoring. All right, Lady Nicola Nelson, she said, I've been waiting. Good morning, sweetheart. Good to have you on the
Yep.
morning
Yep. Yep.
coffee
Yep.
show.
Yep.
Make sure you tell a friend that we on
And
the morning coffee show. Hope you're having a great morning. The weather, so it's not that cold outside. It is a little chilly, but not that cold. But you just got to make sure you bundle up and keep yourself warm. For those in the U.S. and in this part of the world, because not only the U.S. is cold, you have many other countries that is experiencing winter. All right. But in the meantime, between time, we are glad to be back with you, glad to be up and about and to be breathing the breath of God.
Amen.
Is it what? Okla? Is it Okla? Let me see if I got it. Peters. Okola. I hope I got it correctly. All right. Okola, good to have you. Welcome to the Morning Coffee Show and your family. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, whatever device you're using at this time, we are excited to be back with you on the Morning Coffee Show. Yep. All right? Yes. So let us connect. So, what are you saying? You're saying or you're not saying?
Don't pick a fight. Do not pick a fight.
Melanie Empress.
It's okay.
Melanie, good to have you. Debbie Cornet, good to have you.
Don't
Please forgive us if you didn't hear your name. No. All right? Yes. So, yeah. Today, we want to continue on, we started a topic yesterday. How do you know when a man or a woman loses interest in you? How do you know? There are signs. There are definitely signs. Let me repeat that again. How do you know? All right? How do you know? Abeka, good to have you. Abika, good to have you. Sorry. Welcome, my beloved. Welcome to the Morning Coffee Show. Yes, wherever you are, share, tag, tell somebody that we're on.
The string that you are accusing me of is around your neck.
The string.
The string that you are accusing me of is around your neck.
Where is it? I was asking you for the
string that you are accusing me of.
I was looking for the string all over the place.
I just look around.
I was looking for the string all over the place. So our chief technician, shipped us some wonderful mics. And I hope you're hearing, take a big up, sir. Chief Technician Alonzo Scipio. So we're learning the new technology. So this is one of the things that, you have to connect the mic to. And I'm looking all over for this.
And this is my own. And he's telling me that this is his own. I said, no, this is my own.
No, I was saying, where is mine? And you keep saying that that's yours.
This is my own.
But I had no idea that I had the thing around my neck. And I'm looking for it all over the place. I'm looking for the place. But thanks a lot.
It comes with 50.
The blood of Jesus on you, child. No. Accept. 50 comes with good memory, darling.
Tell you.
Alicia Henry, what's happening? What are you doing this morning? We have Sister Diane Pirun. How are you? How is Brother Kid? Micheline Gomes, we're going to fight later. But good to have you, sweetheart. How are things? How is St. Martin? Shania Love, good to have you in the house. That's Keisha. All right, good to have you on the Morning Coffee Show. Oh. Yes, make sure you spread the word and tell somebody to be part. We want to look at different aspects of this topic today. All right, how do you know? All right, how do you know? Sister Nicola Nelson, come on, you gotta watch me back. That's not no symptoms of 50. Oh, come on, you gotta watch me back. I know you love me. Come on, don't get profit. That's no bullets to knock me down. All right. Auntie Susie, Joanne, good to have you. Welcome. We have the Murray family. Welcome to the Morning Coffee Show. Again, like we said, we want to dive into this topic.
Yeah.
How do you know? How do you know when a man or a woman loses attention? And how far would you go to get their attention back? What would you do? Do you think it's necessary, to get their attention back, to get their attention? And we want to dive in.
Kind of thing, buddy. That's a ticklish one. Some people go. Some people do some things, my God.
That's true. And that's what we want to dive into now. We need your participation. We need your interaction. And likewise, feel free to drop your comments. What is some of us may share from our own experience. Some of us may share from other people's experience. Some of us may share from social media experience. Some of us may share from auntie and granny and, your grandmother's experience.
So true.
But we want to be able to share. I mean, like we said, yesterday the feedback was amazing. because many people were able to say, you know what, hey, the comments had me, the comments and what we shared also on the topic, you know, people were really, really touched by the topic because it's a common thing today. It's a common thing today, you know. And you know, what are some of the things that you think you know needs to be done to get his or her attention, you know, back 100%? I mean, if you love that person, I'm sure you would go the extra mile, doing everything that is good, of course. Not evil, not evil, not evil, no evil.
That is why
But I mean, people
kind
do
of
a lot of
things.
evil to get that. That's why we are here to give some biblical perspective as well. All right. Sometimes you just somebody's saying it. Sometimes you.
Sometimes
To
you
let
just
it go, keep your sanity. Oh,
your
sometimes you just gotta let it go to keep your sanity. My.
So true. So
All
true.
right.
I see people lost their mind over this. Lost their mind over people falling out of love with them.
Yeah, because they
Because
lose
they
interest.
interest in
They lose
the other
interest.
person. I see people do everything, end up losing their mind. You know, I remember this particular one young lady. You know, she had loved this guy so much, and this guy said plain, he said, the marriage anymore.
Wow.
That's it. And this girl lost her mind.
Wow.
Because of all is well.
Go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, the girl lost her mind because of, you know, this guy had no interest in her anymore, showing her no affection anymore. You know, and according to her, she said he was so loving to her, he was so caring, you know, and she doesn't know what went wrong, what happened. And because she was all into his world, she felt that she could not have lived outside of his world. You know?
I mean, the reality. I mean, you're spitting some facts there because the reality is that some people build their world around individuals. You know, they build their world, they build everything around individuals. Some individuals, and it's a real tough thing when you find some people lose interest. I mean, indeed, some people can't handle it.
Nope.
All right, good to have you, Tina. Yes, good to have you. Nice to know that you missed us, Eric. But we were glad to have you as well. And thanks for knowing, you know, in your heart, you missed us. All right, Tina, much love, sweetheart. Yes, this is the Morning Coffee Show, and we want to hear your take on this topic. We want to hear you and see your interaction and share your story, share other people's story, experience. You don't have to force on because help others, and it's a common thing today.
It is.
And because it's a common thing today, you like you said, and somebody said just now, you know, in terms of your sanity, many people have lost their minds. Many people trip out, as we call it. They run mad, or they're insane. They just lost it because you know, their spouse have no more interest in them. Their husband have no more wife. But it's amazing that I do believe that prevention is better than cure. You know, before it reaches that stage. Before it reaches that stage, before it reaches the stage of, you know, your husband or your wife or your child mother or your child father, you know, or your boyfriend or your girlfriend lose interest. Go ahead,
I would always say you can't force people to love you.
That's
love
true.
Is natural. Love supposed to come.
You send me a message or something to that. I'm just checking, darling.
You have never forced me to love you. Because the person you are, I love you from a genuine place.
There, girl, you just got all my eyebrows just waking there. That's good. You can say it again. Anyhow, indeed.
Yeah, you can't force people to love you, you know, and you know, it is sad. It is so sad sometimes when people, fall out of love with you, or the signs are there,
Yeah.
that you see, well, this person have no longer have interest.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
understand? In you,
Yeah.
and sometimes people try to force that, by doing all kind of things.
What do you mean in terms of
To
getting
get
back
it
that
back together.
person?
To get it back together. I've heard of many, many stories what people did, just to reconcile, to get back together, but it just end up being worse.
But I believe that I also believe that there's some cases. There are many cases where spouses, where husbands, where wives, we lapse in this, cause your partner, to lose interest, your child father or your child mother to lose interest, and of course this happens, in terms of the way sometimes you speak to each other,
True.
the way sometimes you treat each other, the way sometimes you relate to each other. I remember there was a situation many years ago. In fact, I know of this couple many years ago. More than one time, you would have experienced or witnessed it. You would have experienced and witnessed it with this particular couple. I mean, I'm not just talking just to try to, but just using it as an example. No name, no warrant, right? I mean, like us, people may use us as an example.
True.
In a good way or in a bad way. That's life,
That's right.
But I remember that. Yes, sorry. I was trying. I remember there was a case where um, there was this gentleman, and anytime this gentleman would want to make a point, if there's a group and there's a discussion and you're in a certain gathering, and folks talking and everything, hearing any gentleman opened his mouth to say something in his wife's presence, in the presence of others, she would literally shut him up. She would literally, I don't want to say scream at him, but literally she would silence him and tell him, shut your mouth, man, and oh, hallelujah. Oh, hallelujah. I don't have that grace. Oh, we're talking about some of the things also that contributes to a man or a woman losing interest in their partner, And,
Yeah, so true. Oh boy.
yes, yeah. And when I saw that thing, not once, not twice, but more than, and this is not to exaggerate, but like every time, and it can happen both ways, because you have some cases where some women cannot be themselves.
True.
They can't be themselves in front of people. They can't be themselves, when they go out, they can't be themselves, because by the time the man give them the eye, or by the time that woman give them the eye, that eye, a certain eye, they just know them, they don't get the message. I mean, and the thing about it that you have not married to your wife.
I just give you the eye?
No, he's giving me the forehead. He's giving me the forehead. Tell you turn the forehead, so there's not no hair right good. I'm being set by. It's the morning coffee show, and we want your comments. We want to hear your heart. We want to get your interaction.
Tell them the topic again.
Yes, so the topic today, as part 2, we're diving into other areas in this very same topic. Because it's a common thing. How do you know? How do you know when a man or a woman loses interest in you? How do you know when a man or a woman loses interest in you?
And there are always signs, there are always things. And that's sometimes people look for those little changes in the person.
Yeah.
I mean, people can change.
Go ahead, love.
People can change and like I would say to Apostle, as you get older, you change. Because I don't think the way I used to think when I was in my 20s or because we marry young, 19. I don't think that way now, right? Change. As you get children, you change. You
Well,
understand? But not change for the negative,
no, but
right?
children are no children, but as you
As you
age,
age, you change. You understand? But you gotta not looking for the positive change, but look for those negative changes and make sure those changes
you're not
is
looking for
not
the
affect.
negative?
No, you gotta look for those negative
Okay, go
changes
ahead.
and make sure those negative changes is not affecting your relationship or your marriage, right? Because sometimes we get blindsided from the indicators, of knowing that person don't want to show interest in us anymore, have no interest in our different signs are there, and you're so blind by it. You understand that when it gets worse and you say, oh, I didn't see this or I didn't see that. But there's always little things, that pop up, pop up, pop up, pop up every now and then that you can, pay attention to those.
My thing is too, and to add to what you said there, thanks a lot, sweetheart. My thing is though, there are some people who are desperately trying to get their husband's attention, their wife attention, or interest, I should say, which is attention to their interest all over again. And some of them, they lost it, and it looks like if it is so far gone. In some cases, it look like if it is so far gone that, there's a term we used to use that ship gonna fall, can't turn back, And that means it's like, the ship already sailed out, and it's kind of tough to get it to turn back. It's like those cruise ship. You dare not come off those cruise ship and you go on liming all over the place, and then when they're ready to move, you hollering and you say, y'all stop, y'all. You gotta find your home the best way you can, because it ships up. But some people don't change at all. Okay, so indeed, Karen is sharing that some people do not change at all. I'm not sure the context of what you mentioned earlier, but lots of people, this thing is like a disease. This thing is like a sick. This thing is like a fungus. This thing is eating away on lots of people's mind, like you mentioned about the tripping out and losing their minds. And, some people go so far to see if I can get his interest back or her interest back.
But what are some of the things you think a person should do,
Well, to
get back that interest? What are some of those things that you think person should do from a man's standpoint? What do you think?
Well, from a man's standpoint, in terms of a woman getting that interest or getting his interest all over again. I mean, people try everything and they exalt, but let's look at the positive side, I think one of the ways a woman can, get that man's interest stored all over again is not to be a slave, not to be a puppet, but genuinely, you show that respect. Men do not like to be disrespected. Even though you have some men do disrespect women to the highest, and we gotta be straight and fair with that. And it happens both ways. Yeah. Like I always say, I love to say it happens both ways. But I think one of the biggest thing for men is one of the things is a woman can, show that respect. Show signs of genuine care, like you're not just saying one thing and doing another. The other thing is durability. It's about being consistent, right? So it's not that you just do it one time and then, you do it a 2 days or a 3 days or a week. And then the other week there's a lapse or a relapse, and you become inconsistent with the respect for men. And like I said again, there's a difference when it comes to respect. It's not that woman being a puppet or a floor cloth or being a servant or being like a maid, to that man. But genuinely showing respect, knowing that neither of the two of you are a child. You're not children, you're adults. And so it's important for you to be able to show that man that respect in different forms, and also men love, people may not agree with this, but men love attention too. Men love attention too. They may not verbalize it and do say it like women do, so that focus. Yes, so men do love attention, also, but they may not verbalize it. They may not jump out and say, X, Y, and Z, but attention and stuff like that. All right, somebody's saying putting God first and doing life together is priority. Obviously, we do agree with that, and God is always first. There's not a question. There's not if or but. The big man is always first,
Yeah, prayer can save, and sometimes our attitude, our attitude as females. Sometimes we, like I was saying yesterday, sometimes people can get too comfortable in that relationship that sometimes you lose yourself. You understand? You forget, okay, come on, you need to take care of yourself, get yourself properly. And sometimes people just lose, and as the person was saying earlier, prayer is a key. If you want that relationship to be fixed, prayer is the key. Seek God's face. I would tell people many, many times, I would say, you want to see things change in your marriage, you want to see things fixed in your marriage, pray. Seek God. Right? I've seen many, some persons might say, Prophetess, yes, I pray, I fast, I cry, I bawl, I scream before God, and nothing changed. This individual is the same, is the same. You understand? That's a whole different thing by itself.
Yeah.
But prayers still work.
Yeah.
Prayers still work.
Prayer moves mountains.
Prayer moves mountains. Always want to see change. You're talking, you're crying, you're screaming, you're doing everything in the natural. But you see, when you get into that spiritual realm and you begin to connect to God and you begin to see God and you begin to cry out to God, there is something about seeking God. When your marriage might be going through a storm or might be facing different challenges, seek God, put God first, and see God work, man.
Prophetess is trying to get my attention. She's knocking my knee at the bottom.
Yeah, because he's just in the store and I'm talking all the time.
I'm just...
I know when its focus is somewhere else. As his wife, I know when its focus is somewhere else and when it's not on me. So I gotta get back his focus by just giving him some nuts under this table.
Oh, years ago, years ago, they used to say, like jealous chilaba.
I just that shaky foot under this table, he catch himself.
All right.
He just get me talking. When his attention is somewhere else,
is listening.
And he's not 100 focusing on what I'm saying.
No, we are listening, darling. We are taking in the song. And at the same time, I'm reading a few comments, and it's somebody said also here that they've heard of other couples. They've heard of couples who did everything possible and still their partner lose interest. They lose interest in that person, and so they're asking the question if they can be demonic influence involved in trying to break up the marriage. Demons always try to break up marriage. Demons always try to use different ways to break up marriages.
Yeah.
Of course, we're also speaking in the context of not only marriage, but even in those persons who are having common law relationships, trusting God that they will be able to marry one day, you know, because marriage is honorable and the bed is undefiled. They have cases. So this is also applicable for all of the above, right? For both those who are married, those who are not married, those who are in a living home situation and stuff like that. So indeed, yes, that happens indeed. The devils are always trying to break up and trying to attack, you know, use different situation, you know, to think. But there are times, there are cases too, that we blame devils and we blame demons, but many times we are honestly to be held accountable, you know. Like I always remember the case with Adam and Eve, and the Lord came down. The Lord didn't come down looking for Satan. He came down and he, Adam, where are you? You know, and you know, the man's wife was there with him. So clearly we see that here. Devil can't do more than what we allow them to do, you know. So the Lord looked to the man for accountability to answer what happened just now, what transpired here, you know. And sometimes we can just blame it on devils. Of course, those nasty faced creatures do try to attack and destroy, you know, but if we don't give them anything to work with, they have nothing to work with, all right? Somebody's saying is some men look for attention in the wrong place. What do you have to say about that, love? In the wrong places.
So true.
They look for attention in the wrong places.
So true. Yes, they do. And it go back to, you know, some as what somebody was saying earlier. Some men get everything in the home.
The heart long.
The heart long.
Yeah, the heart.
The heart long.
Yeah. Do you guys believe?
The heart long.
I mean, like we call it greed, you know. Could be greed, you know.
And then it can be on the flip side too, that they're not getting it. That individual might not be getting it at home.
The attention.
And they're crying out and they're talking and they're talking and they're crying out and they're talking, and next thing you know. You know,
I was watching a court case. Sorry, sweetheart. I was watching a court case last evening, and I mean, it was stunning. So in the court, this is something I saw on social media with I can't remember the judge who was ruling in the matter, but this is a real life story. And, you know, there was this couple. The wife took the husband to court, right? The wife took the husband to court. And she took him to court because she wanted him to pay back certain things. You know, those kind of story. But this is the part that jumped out to me. All right? I'm not sure many of you saw this case. This is the part that jumped out to me. So they got married. And honeymoon night, no sex pass. No love making, nothing happened the honeymoon night. So the wife said, man, she's going to hold on and, you know, wait the week out and see what happened, because the honeymoon night, the husband did not touch her. This is all in the court. She's saying this in the courtroom. And it went on from 1 week to 2 weeks to a month. And fresh out of the block, they're not married. They're married, but no sex, no sexual intercourse.
Something wrong.
And that means, you know, I don't know what started his interest in the first place to get married.
Exactly.
Right? But, and I mean, the judge was asking some of those same questions, you know. And then you find that it moved from 1 month to 2 months to 4 years. I've never heard anything like that.
Something wrong.
It's in the court. I'm telling you about a court. It's not normal. But hear the surprising part. Hear the shout. But so the judge is saying, what happened? I mean, the young woman, the wife, you know, pretty woman, and the guy, and so on. So the judges are asking, somebody say red flag.
Go the
But
red
that be
flag.
a red flag. That I don't know what color flag to call
It's
that.
all the colors.
That's all the colors coming. 40 years and did not. I don't even know how she still stood with him, stay with
In
him.
4 years.
And so things keep going on. But this is why it's interest. He lost interest because I don't know in the first place how the interest came about for them to get married. And after that, only for her to find out his interest was not in her. Like we say, he lost interest. I don't know what happened. Never touched her, never had sex with her. This is a court matter I was watching last night. And his interest was in other men. That's in the court. That's in the court. So the judge was saying, why? How? And this is a common thing today. I mean, everybody's entitled to their own choice. Everybody could choose how they want to live. On the day of judgment, we all got to answer for how we live. This was what I was watching last night, and it was a very mind-blowing because the interest was there for us, or they give an impression somehow. And you can imagine the state of that woman.
Oh my God.
You can imagine how shattered she was, how broken she was. You could imagine, yes, and only for her to find out in the courtroom. Good to have you, Karen. Blessings, cause good. That's when she found her. I mean, not in the courtroom she found her, but in the courtroom she's sharing these things with the judge, and they always have the audience, and so it's a worldwide thing. And that thing was mind-blowing.
Indeed, in this time and how the world is going today, sometimes when you see people lose interest in their spouse, you gotta wonder
what's going on.
What's happening?
What's
because
up?
The
What's
world
up?
gets so different these days.
Yeah.
And sometimes you gotta ask yourself, what's going on? What's up?
Somebody's saying he probably wanted the password. But you know that sometimes you have, it can be male, it can be female, and some people indeed use that marriage, whatever, as a cover up, a password, and that's true.
Yeah.
Somebody was sharing a story with me about a couple, and and this couple, young couple and stuff like that, and similar. I mean, we're talking and we're sharing because many people, sweetheart, many people feels around the world. Good to have you. This is the Morning Coffee Show. The topic this morning, as we're diving into part 2, the topic this morning is, how do you know when a man or a woman loses interest in you? And we're looking and we're diving into different aspects of this topic. Yes, so no, first night. I mean, I was stunned about that story. I was stunned because a month passed, no sex. 2 months passed, 3 months passed, a year. But you don't know what he was saying to her. What he was saying to her to persuade, to convince, to tell her nice thing. But I don't know. It was in court.
There's no words that you could have said to me for that.
Something wrong, So somebody was sharing a situation, with me because there was this situation, with a couple having some challenges, and so they shared a little, and so I follow up. I have a way of sometimes we follow up, we check out to see how this person, how that person, just to show interest, to make sure that they're growing and they're developing and maturing. And I remembered in this particular case, something similar. The guy is there, and young, beautiful girl, wife, if you want to call it, but it was a common law relationship. Child or children involved too. But the guy, have a lot of friends that, if you want to call it, he has his gay friends and stuff like that. And everybody have a right, if you want to, it's up to you. You remember, God has not taken away the power of choice from man.
Exactly.
Every man can decide who you want to be your friend, what life you want to live. But on the day of judgment, we all have to answer to the Most High God. So in this case, this guy, most of his friends, were, gay friends and so on. So, anything. She said, all of us are friends. Everybody's friend. We cool, And he lost interest. And like we said, there are cases where some people might be showing it.
That will tell you the end of the story.
Yeah, you might be right. We got cases where people are doing everything possible to keep the interest of their spouse intact. But the interests diverge and go off track.
I have talked to persons. I mean, sometimes these situations, you just gotta really pull yourself out of it, because sometimes it can bring you to tears. It can make you feel sad. When you listen and you sit and you hear people's story.
Yeah.
That some people went overboard.
Yeah.
Did a whole lot to keep that relationship together, and end up getting burned and hurt so hard and so bad. It's a sad thing. It is sad that the world is like this today, that human beings are like this towards each other today,
Yeah.
Sometimes, you ask them, but then why you get married? Why you get married if you know that you didn't love this person in the first place, or whatever. Or whatever. You make that decision to walk down the aisle.
Yeah.
You make that decision to repeat vows. You make that decision to live with that person. You understand? And suddenly you realize, the person far too big, their nose too bad, they're out of shape, then this, then that, and some people end up leaving those relationships with low self-esteem because you have been beaten down and words have been thrown at you so much that
But there are cases where because what you just mentioned, and I've heard lots of that. Good morning to you all, wherever you're coming in from. If you just join us, it's the Morning Coffee Show, and we have a few more minutes before we wrap up. But Prophetess, just like what you said, let me pick up on one of the things you said about size and shape. And I think both you and I would have had sessions where we counseled people. And because of some people's shape or their size, their spouse loses interest. And I remember there's a case where this person was sharing that love or prefer them with a certain size. And so it's like they go through a real, I don't want to call it punishment, but at the same time, it's like they got to try their best, or they've been trying their best to eat in such a way that they don't put on because they don't want to lose, because the gentleman, has taken a position that if you put on too much a size, and the person barely got, friends, taste and whatever, but listening to that, it really, you can hear the hurt as the individual shared.
It's amazing, Apostle, how people just want, sometimes in marriages or relationship, people want one particular spouse to do a certain things. They make demands, and the other person making demands on them. You understand? They can get fat. They can do what they want. They can live how they want. But they are making the demands.
Oh yes, that's another thing. That's another thing. Yeah. That's another thing.
Fair. It must be fair. If you can make demands, yes, I understand some people just like it a certain way.
Yeah.
But I was able to look at you and say, hey, this is how I like it too. This is what you need to work on too. This is what you need to do too. To better this marriage, or that it must be a partnership thing, man. And that on this, then when children, everybody body is different.
Not every woman's body pulls in back after childbearing. Not everybody. Some are able to come back like if they never had a child.
True.
And you have some you know, they
I do
leave.
the extra work like me.
Yeah, they do a thing or two, you know. They are able, and then people are literally they're in their genetics. It's their big boned, their, you know, whatever. And so no matter what you do, God, if God to create everybody, you know, as we used to say, maga like a chow, or if God to create everybody, you know, so I don't know how we would have looked, you know. I love that. Somebody's saying, you know what, I'm fearfully, sorry for them, I'm fearfully and I'm wonderfully made by God. And that's it, you know, that's it. I love to see when it can be male or female. I mean, you got to know on your own citation in terms of your personal health, that's different. But there are cases that everybody cannot be slim, everybody cannot be plump, everybody cannot be, you know, XL or double X or, you know, or medium, you know, or small. Everybody cannot. And so good to see you, Ronald Abrams. Blessings, my brother.
That is why this thing about love is very serious.
Yeah.
You understand? You don't only love for this particular season, but that's why you go to the altar, you repeat vows. Those vows are meaningful.
Yeah.
That in spite of what, you know, you gotta love, you gotta cherish.
But sweetheart, some people run for their life. I'm happy they run from me.
I have no reason to run.
I was watching a video the other day.
I'm not running from this.
I was watching a video.
Because sometimes, not cutting your pot, sometimes, you know, I'm not running from this because sometimes when I say in this thing anybody or so. But sometimes when you hear some stories, sometimes I, in the midst of those counseling sessions, I just in my heart, I'll be like, Lord, I thank you.
Yeah.
Lord, I thank you for giving me such an amazing husband.
Oh, shucks.
I mean, everything is not perfect. God is still working
there's no
on
perfect.
us.
There's no perfect, you know, couple on the planet.
God is still working on us, but we have come a
long way. We're not where we used to be.
We're not where we used to be.
We're not where we used to be.
We're not where we used to be with the coffin wall.
Who's to cuff the wall?
You.
Hey, you myself.
You tell the people that you come the wall and break the wall. It's not
my story with me. Man, how this story thought of me now, man. Like you have something in your heart.
Listen, I just stopped.
Like you want to tell me something long, soldier. What is that part, man? What wall the time, but no,
I gotta pray for you, brother. I just pick you up and talk about you.
And then you
no, you want to just kill the whole life.
But then you don't. But
I'm saying that you're not there anymore. That's where you used to be.
Oh, now I understand, darling. Oh, thank you,
God
sweetheart.
has done a great work.
I know,
Prayers
got you,
change
darling.
things.
I got you, baby.
Stay on straight street.
Oh, Lord, I pray
Jesus
for me.
name.
See what's going on. You see the level of aggression we're going on. Yeah. Somebody is saying here, sweetheart. Somebody said us though. What is it? I ain't changing myself for no one. I love me. You know, yeah, that's Latoya Ann is saying, you know what? I love me. I'm not changing. Somebody say, always want, always hungry. If not, they what? Going to carry food for others. Listen. Folks, yeah, I gotta read some of these comments, right? It's gonna help you as an individual. It's gonna help you. Not everything might be applicable for your life, right?
True.
Some of it you can extract some of the experiences that we're sharing and some of the experiences that people are sharing, but not everything might be for you. So you gotta know what to eat, what to chew, what to spit out.
My thing is that some of us need to work on ourselves. You know, really come to that place to love yourself, because sometimes because we don't love ourselves, because we don't see ourselves the way God sees us. You know, we accept anything, we you know, buy into anything, you know, and when you love yourself, you are gonna, you know, treat the other person good. You're gonna want to reach that other person. When we understand where the word of God say, you know, a husband should love his wife as Christ loved the church and lay his life, give himself for it. You know, we understand love is a deep thing. The love thing is not shallow.
Yeah.
It's not just for a day, it's not just for a year, it's not just for 2 years and 3 years that you suddenly get up one morning and realize, oh, I can't live with this person, I can't be with this person. Love conquer all.
This
Love look beyond the shapes, the look, the
love keeps the
nose,
interest
the nose
intact.
call, the dribble, the snoring, the everything. Love is beyond all of that. When you love, you look beyond. You love that person unconditionally. In spite of you love that person. Situation where you've been abused because you love that
No,
person.
no,
You
no.
just stay into that.
No,
No,
we're
no, no,
not
no,
talking about
no.
that. Run for your life.
Run for your life.
Yeah, we're not talking
Run
about
for
that.
your life.
Yeah, no. But yeah, and as we're still on the topic, thanks so much for sharing, Prophetess. Indeed, like Prophetess rightfully shared there, and we hope you're taking in the songs. If you miss what we said, you can go back and replay the live. All right, yeah. But indeed, lots of people are really in a messed up state because their spouse lost interest in them. And yes, there are indicators, that you can be able to pick up,
Yeah.
and to me, you can be able to pick up when your partner change the behavior.
Yep.
The behavior can show, the difference in their behavior. You can be able to pick up the way they act, the way they talk. My mom used to say shady moves. My mom used to say shady moves, shady moves. That means you're moving very sneaky and very cunning and very undercover like. And you should know your partner. Yeah, but in terms of these folks would have lost interest. Many people are honestly trying to see, how can I get my husband or my wife or my child mother or my child father or the person I'm courting with right now, how can I get their interest right back. And to me, it goes back to also you knowing the likes and the dislikes of your partner. The likes and the dislikes of your partner, and being able to do your part. There's nothing wrong with trying. There is nothing wrong with trying. So I do believe it's necessary for us to put up a fight for that, common law
But
relationship,
we
trusting that
give
you
it
can
all
be
that you
able,
can.
trusting that you can be able to get married, and be living happily in the presence of God. But like Prophetess is saying, but when you try to, you
All of it.
exhaust.
Everything.
You exhaust all options, and honestly, like you just don't even know what next. I mean, that includes prayer. That includes seeking God and asking God to really intervene. Really intervene and help me, Lord. Help me, Lord, before I don't want to do anything outside of your will. I ain't want to do nothing crazy. But we want to advise against those people who try to get their spouse's interest all back or gain their attention. And some people say you gotta get some kind of funny oil. Some people say you gotta get this kind of thing, and all kinds of anta-banta story, and you try to dab and adulterate,
Only
and that
thing
will
can
make it
fix it is
worse.
prayer, is seeking Jesus.
Yeah, it's gonna make it
seeking God.
worse. That doesn't fix anything.
Anything.
Because let's say even if you go and you get those things, and people do those things, and they do manipulate people by bringing them under satanic spell, it can't last.
Can't last.
It's gonna explode. It's gonna backfire. It's gonna make the relationship worse. Going to readers, going to these folks cannot help,
Can't.
heal and bring that interest. But yeah, those of you who might be on this morning coffee show, and my God, you might be going through right now, likes of your partner, you must know or should know what are the things they like,
Don't
and you
take
try your
each other
best.
for granted. That's the thing. Don't take each other for granted. Work on. Your partner might be saying little things, showing little hints. Take time to listen.
Yeah.
Take time to listen and work on those things. Work on the marriage. Find time. Talk with each other. Communication is key to any marriage, key to any relationship. Communicate with each other. And sometimes because we don't verbalize, sometimes because we sit and take things for granted, we accept things. You get treated a certain way. You understand? You get treated a certain way. You get thing a certain way. But if you talk like, don't sweep it under the carpet, as the old people say. Don't pick up the carpet and sweep the dust under the carpet. But you must be able to talk. I would always say, find the right time. Now when the argument is to 100, then it's when you want to talk. Find that quiet time, that nice time when everything is calm down and thing, and you say, well, we could have did this different, both of us was wrong, and don't try to do the blame game thing. It's you, and then arguments start again. But sometimes you say, man, look, both of us need to work on this. Both of us need to try and change this and see what can happen. And I hope our little talk, really help and really bring some changes into relationships and marriage and help persons out there in a great way.
Certainly. And I believe, as you shared, we are here sharp. Some, just like you mentioned there, love, work alongside each other, work alongside the person, moving together. So, you just got to do what you need to do that is right in the sight of God to see if you can get that person's interest back. And of course, with we used to say a pinch of salt, but I mean a pinch of prayers. I mean seeking the, you can all of the above. You can do all that they like, cook all the food that the man or the woman like. You can get their clothes pressed, their clothes washed. You can clean as a man, also cook as a man, do everything. And, still their interest is elsewhere. I think prayer, should be the one that, if you pray and you pray and you pray and, I mean, honestly, you got some people, everybody got different grace, and you got some people pray for years. For years until they get a breakthrough, honestly. But they got some people that don't have that patience, don't have that grace, they don't have the ability to hold it up so long. And some people just cut and run because,
True.
Like somebody said before. But if you love, you will try your best. And even if you go off track, you try your best to repair it.
And don't allow, your past to determine, if you can love again or if anybody can love you again. I mean, some people went through some stuff and that was the end of them with them and relationships. You're still, that's your choice. If you feel comfortable.
But some people out of hurt. Some people out of hurt, sorry to jump in there.
Right.
Some people out of hurt, they say, you know what, I will never, ever take another man or a woman in my life ever again. And some people stay like that until they're ready to go home because of hurt. But honestly, the choice is not a bad one, but getting rid of the hurt is necessary. Getting rid of the hurt is necessary.
Sometimes when you get rid of the hurt, you realize your heart is open to love again.
Certainly.
To want to be in a relationship again.
Yeah, so true. It's the Morning Coffee Show, and we hope you had a great morning so far. Tomorrow we are going to be having a hotter subject area. And we want to encourage you to feel free to show in some of the comments and ensure we want to appreciate also. We want to say to you rather, we appreciate your interaction, your participation. Other people go back and they look at the live and they're able to look at some of the comments and your contribution. And many people are tremendously blessed by what we share and also by your participation. Like we said again, all that might be there in the comment area might not be applicable, and all that we might be saying might not be applicable for you as an individual, but you have to know what to extract, what you can apply to your life, and for it to be beneficial to you
right.
and your partner at this time and at this season. Be wise even as you extract. All right, be very wise. So we want to say to you all, thank you so much once again for being a part of the Morning Coffee Show with yours truly, Prophetess Monique Durant. And we want to thank you,
Mario Durant.
Yeah, we want to thank you so much for being a part. Have a great remainder of the day. Once again, thanks to our chief technician has upgraded our sound and clear. All right, cheers to our chief technician, Elder Alonzo Scipio / Durant. Yeah, it looks very nice, man. Yeah, it looks like a BMW sign. Tomorrow we'll be back with one that is more a deeper, rather hotter topic. You don't want to miss it. All right. Yes, thanks. Glad to hear somebody saying that the conversation is very informative. Glad to hear that. Have a great remainder of the day. God bless.